digging around. I got my spade, I got my hoe, I got my rake, and I'm ready to go.
G'day and welcome to the Garden Gurus. And no, this isn't a footy show, but let's face it, this time of the year, most of us spend a heap of time on the grass, or watching it at least. So here's what's coming up on today's show. Go the Dockers.
Hi, I'm Steve, and on today's show, I'm going to show you how to transform your soil so that you can grow pawpaws just like this.
Today, I'm going to show you how to save your sandy soil with one easy step.
To call it a gift from the heavens may sound a little cliche, but living here in a rural area, well, we rely on the rain collected on our roof to supply all the water internally for our house. The laundry, showers and toilets, they're all supplied with water directly from the rainwater tank. You might be surprised just how much water you could save by installing your own rainwater tank and having it plumbed directly into your household supply. For the average home, this is a system that works especially well during the cooler months, when the tank can be topped up with regular rainfall. Even a small rainwater tank plumbed into the laundry can save the average household around 20,000 litres of water a year. In summer, the system simply switches back to main supply. Just think of all the water that you can save. It's so much better than watching that precious rainwater drain off into the local stormwater system. Of course, if you've got the space, you could install a larger tank that could save you even more water that could be utilised in and around the garden. By connecting to an efficient water-wise system that incorporates pressure-compensating drippers and MP rotators, you can be confident that every drop you collect will be used wisely. If you're building a new home, you might like to consider an underground storage system. These innovative tanks are available through your local hardware store and are ideal for smaller properties. Collecting the rainwater from our roofs and utilising it in and around our homes makes so much sense to me. By installing a rainwater tank, it's a simple way that we can help contribute to our ever-changing environment. Log on to the Water Corporation's website at watercorporation.com.au for more great water-saving ideas.
The art form of growing bonsai is something that's becoming incredibly popular. They are such beautiful plants, but it is something you need to know about. So what we've done is we've popped up on our website all of the local bonsai societies around Australia's details. So maybe you can find your local one and find out a little bit more about these amazing plants.
Gardening in much of WA certainly has its challenges, not the least being the impoverished nature of our soils. Dry, gutless and water-repellent, they lack most of the components that many of our garden plants need for strong, healthy growth. Sandy soils are unable to hold moisture or support the microscopic soil life. For a trouble-free garden, you must add rich, composted organics. They'll help hold moisture and they'll feed the soil microbes. An ideal solution is Bailey's Soil Improver Plus. It's a fully composted and mature product made to suit West Aussie conditions. Bailey's has been perfecting their quality garden products for almost 90 years, and it shows in their soil improver. Apply to the garden bed at the recommended rate, then dig into at least 100 millimetres deep. It will add valuable organic material to your sand, which will in turn feed and support your plants. This is a premium quality product, made to Australian standards with the reassurance of the red ticks. It also contains Grozorb, a professional quality wetting agent, which greatly improves water penetration and rewetting capacity. It'll make sure your garden stays moist right through summer and your valuable plants won't get stressed. Soil Improver Plus is a Smart Approved and Waterwise Approved product. This means it has been tested and proven reliable, and you can see the improvement in the soil straight away. Improving the soil prior to planting makes a lot of sense. Plants will establish more quickly and have greater resilience to testing conditions. Using a premium product, one that will improve soil structure and soil fertility, will give you the best results. And remember, happy soil means happy gardener.
If there was one style of gardening that captivates and enthralls, it has to be bonsai. Let's be honest, it's a truly fascinating form of gardening originating from China about 3,000 years ago and moving to Korea where they called it bunjai, and eventually to the Japanese about 1,300 years ago. They mastered it as an art form, and today it's appreciated across the planet as not just a type of gardening, but a true art form in its own right. A couple of days ago, I got a flyer in the mail that reminded me just how passionate some West Australians are about the art form that is growing bonsai. Now, I've dropped around one of my mate's places to show you his incredible bonsai collection. Check this out. G'day, John.
G'day, Joe.
Mate, this is fantastic. How long have you been into bonsai?
Well, I've been doing bonsai now for 29 years.
Wow.
And I started bonsai because I like nature and trees and plants. And so rather than growing tomatoes or carrots, I decided I'd do bonsai. And I've never regretted it.
Once a year you have your show.
Yes, that's our big event of the year.
And now tomorrow is the big day. So
It is.
Tell me about it.
Our show this year is in the Morley, is a sports and recreation centre.
Yep.
And every member brings their best trees, of course.
The Bonsai Society of WA is made up of a group of people who appreciate these beautiful plants to the point of obsession. And this year they've invited an international bonsai master, Bjorn Borholm, who is in Perth conducting workshops. So Bjorn, a lot of people think that bonsai is an older person's hobby, you know, the Karate Kid and so on, but it's not, is it? It's something that's really popular with younger people these days.
Yeah, absolutely. When I first got into bonsai, I would attend the local club meetings in my hometown, and most of the people were at least probably 2 generations beyond me.
Yeah.
So I didn't have anybody I could really relate to there. But these days, as I travel around the world, it's getting very popular amongst young people.
The chance to learn from someone with Bjorn's experience is rare and only possible if you're a member of the Bonsai Society of WA, who sponsored his visit to WA. Now, we have information about the Society up on our website, so make sure you check it out. Why don't you drop in to the Morley Sport and Recreation Centre tomorrow from 9 a.m. and check out the amazing display of bonsai that are on show there. You can learn from the experts. You might even be able to buy one to take home yourself. Perth has a long, hot, dry summer ahead of it, and the things you do now will make the world of difference to reducing the amount of water your garden needs to survive the summer months.
Growing fresh, healthy veggies and herbs at home is highly enjoyable and incredibly rewarding. But not everybody has the garden space or the physical capacity to build and maintain a veggie patch at ground level. And this is why raised garden beds have become so very popular. Today, I'm going to show you a product that makes raised garden beds easy and realistic for everyone. The veg truck is flat-packed, light and easy to move, so getting them where they're needed is no problem at all. Building them is easy too. It's a simple matter of screwing the panels together. And unlike other prefabricated garden beds, they're not bulky or difficult to move. The timber is sustainably grown plantation fir, and it's been pressure treated, not chemical, so it'll last for years. And they're supplied with a clever membrane liner. This will go in the truck and keep your valuable soil and vegetables in place. A great advantage of a raised bed is it allows you to control the quality of the soil your plants are growing in. No need to worry about contaminated or poor quality sand when you fill your veg truck with top quality compost. The quality and health-giving benefits of your produce are a direct reflection of the soil in which they are grown. So if you want healthy veggies, you must have healthy soil. Another great advantage of raised beds is working height. Not everyone wants to or is even able to get down to ground level to tend to their veggie beds. The veg truck is at the perfect height for people confined to wheelchairs or with mobility issues, or even just people like me with dodgy knees and backs. The easier it is to tend to your veggies, the more enjoyable it'll be and the greater success you'll have. Possibly the biggest challenge for veggie growers is pest control. The days of spraying everything to kill off a few insects we don't like are thankfully long past. The veg truck deals with pests by simply excluding them from the growing area. An easy to add on framed mesh cover will keep your produce pest-free without the addition of any nasty chemicals. The veg truck is a fantastic option for all keen veggie growers, novice and expert alike. They're easy to transport, easy to build, and best of all, easy to use. No more bending or kneeling. They'll allow you to grow fresh, healthy vegetables without nasty pesticides, so you'll know exactly what you're growing. Veg Truck. It's a strange name, but it's a great product and it's available at your local Waldex store.
The rapid growth in WA's population has seen an explosion in housing development, most of it occurring up and down our coastal strip. Now, while the location is fantastic, our soils, well, they can leave a bit to be desired. Growing a successful garden in poor sandy soils is definitely a struggle, especially in WA living on the Perth sandplain. Nutrients and organics leach down through the sand, leaving us with poor growing conditions. We're at the home of Cameron Moyer. When Cameron first moved here, he couldn't believe how hard it was to grow his beloved veggies. No matter how much compost and animal manure he put into this soil, it disappeared in no time, making growing food just plain hard work. A rich loamy soil is the holy grail when it comes to gardening. Basically, they consist of sand, organic material and clay. Cameron had plenty of sand and was adding lots of organic material, but was missing the magic ingredient, clay. Then he discovered Soil Solver, and all of a sudden, the garden started to come together.
I think we've finally cracked it. We used to use a lot of organic matter, and we have tried manures and compost, but the sand would seem to just eat it up. We tried different clay as well, but just had negative results. Finally, we worked out the Soil Solver was the go, and now growing veggies is easy.
By mixing clay into the sand and adding compost, we create loam. The amazing news is that our soil is now transformed permanently. Not only will our veggies, gardens and lawns thrive, but the nutrition and water that was being wasted is now staying here in the root zone where it belongs, helping to save both money and the environment. Cameron, you're pulling some bumper harvests out of this ground. Beautiful food, these snow peas, sweet and juicy. Now, I know you've put your sort of mineralised clay into the soil initially, but it's really important we're replacing that. And rock minerals is one of the best ways to do it.
Yeah, we really believe in this product. We're harvesting like twice a day from this area. To maximise your nutrition, I think you've got to replace the minerals constantly. We believe we're taking those, the minerals out, we need to replace it with something. So I think it's the perfect product just to sprinkle on as you do continually harvest, and then you're maximising your nutrition.
Soil Solver is a West Australian product that transforms sand into healthy, loamy soils. And don't the results speak for themselves? Well, it's that time of the year again. Footy finals are on, and whether you like the footy or not, I thought this would be the perfect time to discover how professional turf managers create the ultimate playing surface. If you want to have a beautiful, hard-wearing lawn at home, one the dog or the kids won't ruin, this is the story for you. Woohoo! So I've started my journey at Fremantle Footy Oval. This 100-year-old oval is where the Dockers train currently, but modern football is a very professional sport. And they're about to move to a new purpose-built training facility a few kilometres down the road. Brad Patch is the General Manager for Strategic Projects for the Dockers. Brad, tell us about your role here at the Dockers. I mean, footy's become an incredibly professional thing now. It's all about the organisation, isn't it?
Yeah. So I'm the General Manager of Strategic Projects with the club, which is probably quite a unique role for a footy club, in that have someone that's dedicated to developing particularly big, large projects, and we're lucky enough to have probably arguably the two biggest ones in Australia at the moment, in that the Perth Stadium, as it's now known, on the Burswood Peninsula, which is a $1 billion plus piece of infrastructure that Fremantle will call its home in 2018, and the new Coburn facility, our new elite training and admin facility, we call it, integrated with the community, which is a $109 million project at Coburn. So obviously the club made the decision that strategically these projects were very important to drive them forward, and and I was lucky enough to be offered the opportunity to take them forward, and it's been fantastic thus far.
Fantastic. Now, tell me a little bit about the Coburn facility, because it's unique. It's state-of-the-art, isn't it?
Absolutely. So I suppose the key change with this facility compared to others, and a number in the eastern states that I've been lucky enough to be involved in, is it a major paradigm shift away from traditionally what we've had is elite clubs that bring the community into their facilities. What we're looking at is a major community facility or a regional community facility, as opposed to one that would traditionally just service one municipality. This will service up to a 20k radius and beyond, that is then bringing the elite in. So that's quite unique, and it's something that we've very much embraced, and that we see that community interaction and the opportunities with the community is very much a key part of our strategic plan.
Yep.
The majority of the facilities in the overall development are shared. So there's multiple swimming pools. There'll be times when the club will be using those swimming pools where the community will be in there as well. So you could literally be swimming your laps in the middle of the day and turn around in the lane beside you could be Stephen Hill or one of our other players. So that is quite unique, and we think it'll be a benchmark facility across Australia, not just in elite but in community facilities.
The Stephen Hill, midfielder. How important is a good playing surface to a professional footy player these days?
Yeah, it's pretty important, you know. You don't want players getting injured. The ground might be coming out under your feet, so having good surface is pretty important.
So when it comes to training facility, then it's really critical that you've got the best training facility.
Yeah, absolutely. We like to train the way we play, so having a good ground to train on is ideal.
So this new facility that's being set up now, this is something to really look forward to as far as a professional footy player goes.
Yeah, definitely. I'm excited for the move, and can't wait till we get in there, and I'm sure the facilities are going to be great.
I've made it down here to the Coburn training facility. They're about to start setting up to lay the turf. I'll show you the secrets to the perfect turf lawn, but first, here's what's coming up tonight on 9 News. Nick Clayton is the State Manager for Grounds for Programmed, and what Nick doesn't know about this new playing training facility isn't worth knowing. Well, Nick, it's a unique opportunity to see something at the very beginning of construction. Now, normally when I'm recommending to people about setting up a lawn, I wouldn't be suggesting going straight into sand. You can't be going into this sand, can you?
No, Trev, this is actually our finished subsoil base. We actually have to come up another 350 mil on top of that with 2 different layers of material.
OK, what are they?
We start off with 100 mil of gravel, and it's very specially sized gravel. And from there, we build a layer of topsoil on the top of that, which has been treated with a 10% mix of cocoa peat. That helps in water retention, nutrient retention, and obviously is very good for the environment as well.
Nick, tell me about the grass variety you're going to be using here.
We recommend the wintergreen coochgrass that's grown here locally in WA. However, in the winter season, when predominantly most of the play is, the surface is oversown with a cool season ryegrass.
When will the boys be able to actually play on this surface? What sort of time frame are we talking about?
It'll be suitable for play, training, probably around April if we have a good growing season and the horticultural gods are nice to us, Trev.
Wow. OK, I've got to admit it, I'm a bit of a Dockers fan, but the lessons being learned here in laying this brand new training facility out are things that we can all use at home. Preparing your soil, making sure, one, it's free draining by putting that gravel base in, and then over the top, improved soil. Make sure it's sandy, but using something like cocoa peat that's available to home gardeners really does help with moisture and nutrient retention. And of course, your grass variety, well, it's up to you. I've got to say, I think wintergreen is a great grass, and it does grow in most states in Australia. So take those on, and by the way, go to Dockers. Well, that's it for this week's show. Now, we've got heaps of great advice coming up, not just about getting the best results out of your lawn. Can't wait to see you next week for another great episode of The Garden Gurus, and go the Dockers.